fam. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. I know it's been a hot minute, and I wanted to sit down and film just a little video here just to talk to you about where I've been, what's been going on in my world, and what you can come to expect going forward, because I couldn't make a comeback and just start releasing podcast episodes or videos, and I didn't think it was fair to not tell you what's been going on. So several years ago, I felt like God laid it on my heart that I should start an online ministry, like on online content creation, and about the most nearest, dearest thing to my heart, and that is living in relationship with Jesus and God. And so Living Redeemed has gone through a couple of different iterations over the years. You can just take a look at this YouTube channel just to see where we've been. It's gone from poems to songs to dances to podcasts to creating a separate podcast channel, like all of these different things over the years. I really started consistent, I would say, as consistent as I've been so far. Content creation on my podcast, which it first started off as My Redeemed Life, and then it has now been named Living Redeemed. And we launched back in 2020, had a great first season. Second season, things got a little rocky. And I believe that was because, one, there were several things going on in my life at the time, but two, I think God had a journey for me to prepare me for this season right now that I'm in. And so it started with my church launched a new ministry called Celebrate Recovery. We're going to talk about that in future videos and episodes, but I joined because my husband had gone through Celebrate Recovery. I know that program was instrumental in my husband's recovery, and I really thought that I was joining just to support him. And as I started to dig in and be trained as a leader and go through a 12-step study, I realized that there was a whole lot that God wanted to do and things that he wanted to reconcile and continue to heal in my heart and in my life. And so I spent a good 9 months going through Celebrate Recovery, a 12-step study, and also at the very same time, an intense discipleship program through my church. And I mean, it was going through a crucible, y'all. Like it was a very tough season. So I found it very hard to be consistent on the podcast. I just did. I really never wanted to stop recording episodes. I really desired to be consistent, but I could not ignore the season that God had me in. And so you really saw me fall off. Like I would try to come back and then I'd fall off again. And it was just a lot to try to keep up with. But the podcast, the online ministry that I felt called to, never left my heart. If I could show you like a screenshot of all of the ideas that I have and the things that I want to share with everyone, never stopped. But I really me and God needed to work some stuff out, if I'm just being honest. But then there was also just me getting out of my own way. There was a lot of self-doubt, a lot. I think about this ministry being a representation of the Lord, and I want to do it well and I want to do it right. I don't want to make mistakes, even though that's unrealistic. Nobody's perfect. I don't think any of you are looking for me to be perfect. I really want to do it well and with excellence, but that turned into something else. It turned into me getting stuck in my mind about everything, or feeling like I had to have the perfect studio and all of the equipment, and it's just got to look great and aesthetic, and I want to appeal to everyone. I lost track of what God asked me to do. Living Redeemed, everything about it is about authentic Christian living, not perfect Christian living, not aesthetic Christian living, not easily palatable Christian living, because there's a lot about Christian living that is not easy, right? It's a journey. And so I really had to divorce that stronghold in my mind that that's what it was supposed to be. I lost sight of it, guys. I really, really did. So instead of putting anything out that is inauthentic or doesn't point to God, I just didn't put anything out. And today is my public announcement that I am coming back. I am ready. I really feel like this is the season, and there's so many exciting things ahead. So also, while I was gone, I launched Living Redeemed as a company and as a brand that will be the umbrella of all of the things that I do. So all of my creative work, my poetry, the podcast, and Living Redeemed Atelier. Atelier means an artist or a designer's workshop. And that is my online boutique, if you will, where I make custom-made Christian apparel, accessories, and home decor. So we've got t-shirts, we've got earrings, we've got tumblers, mugs, like, all the things. So check it out if you're interested. But also everything lives in one place at livingredeemed.net. You'll be able to find recent podcast episodes when the podcast relaunches. You'll be able to find the store. You'll be able to find information about my creative work. Going up on 2 years, August 18th will be 2 years that Living Redeemed has been a brand. It has been a learning experience all along the way, and there will be future episodes or future videos, I haven't decided which one yet, that will talk about that. We had the Celebrate Recovery time, the discipleship time, the launching of Living Redeemed as a company, and then was the latter half of last year, 2022, was really hard for our family. Our daughter, Taylin, went through a really scary time with her health, and Taylin was born as a preemie. She had her first open heart surgery at 2. Everything was successful with that surgery. They were just kind of monitoring her, and we were kind of in a place where she may or may not need a future surgery. But because she had been doing well for so long, I just kind of put the idea of another surgery out of my mind. And then late last year, we found out that her aortic valve was leaking pretty bad and causing some issues within her heart. And so they had to do an aortic valve replacement, which means she had to have a second open heart surgery. And that was just a really hard, difficult time in our family, but a beautiful time with the Lord. There'll be more about it, but coming out, more of the story to share. I would really like my daughter to share her story about what she went through and how she saw God show up. And so we had to get her through that and get her well into her recovery. She's doing good now. Still residual effects from the surgery in terms of, just general soreness and things like that. And she's doing PT now. So there was a lot that had transpired in the time that I have been away. But I wanted to provide at least a little bit of an explanation so you know where I went. And it is my desire to do this well. I do understand that I really want to build a community here, a community where there is encouragement, where there is acceptance, where people can ask questions, share struggles, ask for prayer, like all of it. I want to do life together because that's how I know how to do it. And in order to do that, though, consistency is really important. And I want to be consistent and I want to show up. So this is my public announcement that I am divorcing all self-doubt, any of those fear of not stepping out, like all the things, wanting you guys to get the best. How does the saying go? A complete something is better than a perfect nothing. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show up. So going forward, what I think will happen is we're going to start with bi-weekly podcast episodes. If I can release bonus episodes, great, but at least bi-weekly. And I would like to do weekly videos here on YouTube. And then, of course, if there's like daily thoughts, reflections, anything that I want to share, I'll do that over on Instagram. And I also want to build up our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Living Redeemed the Community, and that's a place where I would like to really get down to the nitty gritty. How can I pray for you? What are some of the things that God's doing in your life? What are your triumphs, your victories? What are the things that you're struggling with? Like let's get down to it. So that is available. All of my social media links will be down below. So yeah, that's it. I will see you guys very, very soon. Be blessed. Bye.